is all wrinkled. And the woman is descending or about to ascend some steps in Central Park as if she's going to some kind of party. It's actually Cindy Sherman herself in disguise. I'm going to come up close so you can see some of the details. I'm also going to, as I walk around, I'm primarily going to show you the plaques on the wall because I don't want to talk that much. Okay, so I thought I'd start with this very famous Cindy Sherman one. I'll pause here for a minute if anybody wants to do screen captures. Okay, let me come up to the plaque of the wall and show you so you could read this quickly. I know you can't read it all, but basically it's an untitled work. This heavily made up subject poses in front of the Belvedere steps in Central Park as about to ascend the staircase to attend a party or charity event. Her worldly possessions, you see the makeup, the strapless gown, her dyed hair. And the dyed hair really is an attempt to mask the fact that it is in fact Cindy Sherman doing a self-portrait here. So let me step back and show it to you again. I'm going to continue here on the 6th floor of the Whitney Museum. Okay, now you're going to think this is real, but it's not. And by the way, the Wadsworth Athenaeum has a phenomenal piece by the same artist. And this is a Dwayne Handsome. He's an amazing guy, amazing work. Let me just show you. If you ever happen to be in Hartford, Connecticut, stop at the Wadsworth Athenaeum to see his sunbathe there. It's incredible. The minute I saw this, I knew it was a Dwayne Handsome. This is what he does really well. Okay, I'm about to show you some Andy Warhols, and we have 2 or 3 of them in the next room, so I'm going to be focusing on those next. Yeah, the detail's fantastic. I could come up close with the dog there on the rug. You really think there's a woman sitting right there in front of your eyes. I don't know if you can even see the watch in her hand. Incredibly lifelike. The man is a miracle. How he does this. Okay, let me just show you the plaque again. It's acrylic on oil on a cast. Polyvinyl. The dog is ceramic. Okay, let me show you one more time. Step back a bit so you can see the full effect. Yeah, he's amazing. I just love what he does. Okay, now we're going to be taking a look at some Andy Warhol. You'll know right away as soon as I come in here. Oh, we got an Andy Warhol right here. Hey, Joey, how you doing? I actually have some portraits here by an artist who you consider rather controversial. If you stay on the scope long enough, I will show it to you. It's in another room. I'm not quite in it. And of course, what you find in these art museums are people like taking pictures of themselves in front of works of art, which makes it really hard for you to do a scope, I'd have to say. So I have to wait till this guy stops standing here in front of this work of art. He's putting himself into it. But again, we're looking at an Andy Warhol. There's actually a Robert Mapplethorpe right behind me, so maybe I'm going to show that in the meantime while he finishes posing here, because I don't want to get him in my scope. So let me come on over here. Yeah, it bothers me too. I remember I was in the Louvre this summer. It was horrible watching people with selfie sticks taking photos of themselves in front of phenomenal works of art. Okay, here's the picture itself. Self-Portraits is from 1980. If you had a chance to read the plaque, you probably did see that. It's really absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to try to come back. There's 2 Andy Warhols in this room. Hi, Steve. Steve, I'm at the Whitney Museum here. And I'm on the 6th floor. There's 2 floors here of the portraits. And some of them aren't actually portraits of faces. But the area I'm in right now, I'm going to be... actually, there's a video playing behind me, so you're hearing that. Okay, I think we can get to this Andy Warhol now. Got to get up. There we go. Okay, let me step back a bit. So you can try to see the full effect. I have nobody in front of it right now. Oh, thanks. Thanks. See. If I step back a little further, I'm trying to get this 36 in here. And I am going to show you another Andy Warhol as I walk through. I will stop the plaque on my way. That's what we're looking at now. I'm not going to read the whole plaque to you, but it's at the school 36 times, done in 1963. It was commissioned work. Okay, I'm going to come to another Andy Warhol. Okay, here we go. Let me step back a bit. I'm going to try to get the whole thing in for you. I have been taking some photos here as well at the museum. Nothing like taking photos of paintings and photos of photographs. I'm going to come over and show you the plaque in a minute. By the way, right next to me, so let me kind of come over to the plaque. I'll explain to you what I was going to show you in a minute. I think you could read that pretty well. 9 Jackies, 1964. Okay. I'm going to try to come back around here. I'm going to come up close and show you some of it in detail. Okay, now let me step back. I'm just waiting for some people to move before I show you the next canvas. So this room has 2 Andy Warhols, but there are some other Andy Warhols in the museum. Okay, now I'm just going to show you this one before I show you the plaque. I'm going to see if you could figure out who this is before I reveal. So who do you think is in that portrait? Came to America, people kind of forgot about Warhol, where he made more. Okay, so who do you think we're looking at right here? Yes, Jackie and Caroline. Really kind of interesting. I'm going to show you the plaque. It's actually called Madonna and Child. Don't know how well you can read it, but I'll hold it there a bit. This was actually done just months before President Kennedy's assassination. It's kind of sad to look at it. And let me come back now and show you the whole book. This is Marilyn Pursued by Death. That's kind of intriguing as well. Yeah, that is very sad to look at that picture. I've never seen that one before. You know, we always think of Andy Warhol doing the Jacqueline Kennedys. Okay, so again, this is Marilyn Pursued by Death in 1963. It's another pop art. Kind of interesting interpretation. We have another Robert Mapplethorpe over here. Okay, and it's a Patti Smith. I don't know if you've read her biography of him. It's phenomenal. That's the part 1. I looked at. It's called Just Kids. It's a great book that Patti Smith wrote about her time with Robert Mapplethorpe when they were in Manhattan. Called Just Kids. Okay, so it's Patti Smith. It's actually two of her. Yeah, read the book. It's amazing. I did get out the sequel, but I did not like it nearly as much. I'm going to turn it. So that's Patti Smith, Robert Mapplethorpe. I'll probably come back and take a photo myself, but I could see somebody just did a screen capture. Wow, Charlie. It's you did read Just Kids then, I'm assuming. I think you're the one that said yes. Okay, I'm coming into another room now. This is gigantic. It's so big. I can't get the whole thing into my frame here. And I'm going to show you the black first. If you could stay on the scope a bit, at the end of this room is a wax sculpture that's a candle that they light every day. And they're going to keep it here until it entirely melts. It's an interesting concept of art. It's at the very end of this room. I'm going to show that at the very end. I can't even get the whole thing in here. It's so big. It's taking up the whole wall and people walking in front of me. And let me go over to that sculpture now because I was telling you about it. It's pretty amazing. So stay with me till I get to the end of this 6th floor here. And then I'll come back and show you a few other things. But it's just incredible piece of artwork. Okay, so this is a candle. This sculpture is a candle that is lit. And it's going to melt. I don't know if you can see how it's melting already on top. I'm going to come around so you can see it completely. But this artwork will eventually not be here as it melts. It is all wax. You can see here how it's starting to melt. I don't know how long it's going to take for it entirely to melt. So I'm still walking around here showing to you. Actually, the interesting thing is you could see it in a mirror as well. But there's people standing in front of the mirror, so I'm not going to show you, but it's a neat reflection in the mirror. So again, this is wax sculpture. And I'm going to show you the plaque. Right now, let me turn around and show it to you. Yeah, it's wax. There's a wicker in the center. It's a portrait of the artist's friend, another artist, Julian Schnappel. It's a massive sculpture. It's all wax candle. It's lit every morning and extinguished every night. It will slowly melt over the course of the exhibit. Although the candle will eventually burn down and be discarded, the process evokes the inevitable transience of life. The sculpture can also be recast and lit anew, but as the artist explained, his wax work allows materials and images to take on their own life. Okay, so it's called Standing Julian. Let me show it to you one more time because it's really incredible that an artist would put together something like this. It's not going to be here one of these days. And so when I came into the 6th floor, I walked down the outside staircase. This is the first piece I saw in this portrait exhibit on the 6th floor of the Whitney. So you can definitely see the head has melted. There's a lot of people coming around taking pictures of it. It won't be here that long. I don't know how long it's going to take to completely melt down until it gets down to the shoes. Yeah, really neat. I'm going to kind of turn around and show you how you can see the reflection in the mirror. You also see the reflection of Manhattan in the mirror. Okay. I'm not zoomed in, I'm just pretty close. Oh yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. Now you can see the whole sculpture. Okay. I'm just going to show you one or two more things and then probably go down a few more floors here at the Whitney. So let me see what else might be of quick interest before we leave the 6th floor. We have some Robert Becks here. I'll do these really quickly, just a quick pan. Okay, so the one we're looking at Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing.